Oh, Kat Von D, Kat Von D. What are we going to do with you, Kat Von D? Oh. We're gonna see how this goes. Oh. Yeah. Hello, my friends. Welcome to one of the parts of my Kat Von D 10th anniversary palette review. By popular request, I am cutting down the length of my review videos because not everybody's got time for a 40-minute video. So we are going to break up this Kat Von D palette review into two sections. This section is going to be how does the product perform? It's going to be all about performance. We're going to be doing 2 looks with 2 wear tests as well as swatches. In the other video, we're going to go into the details about the product, all of the ingredients that I always do, and there will be the full review of everything I think based on all of the information will be in the other video. Today we are going to do look number 1, which is me trying to use my skills and trying to figure out how I would use this based on my current skill level. And then the second wear test is going to be an inspired look by either something on Instagram or something on YouTube, and I'm going to try some new techniques out and we can kind of play around and learn together, not just with the eyeshadow palette, but also with some more advanced, interesting makeup techniques. I will tell you that my experience so far with this palette has not been very positive. I've had a lot of trouble working with this palette. I've had a lot of trouble getting the eyeshadows to blend the way I want them to. I don't know what is going on with this palette. I am usually a huge Kat Von D eyeshadow fan, and this palette has just not been making me happy. So we're gonna try it, we're gonna keep trying it, and that's why I'm filming this one before the full review, because I wanna make sure that nothing changes during this process as we're seeing this perform together. I do wanna tell you that this palette is $52. It's available at Sephora and also at katvondbeauty.com. It is vegan and cruelty-free. So without further ado, this is very weird doing this already, but we're gonna go ahead and zoom in and start with the look. Oh my gosh, let's get going.
I can't pretend it, can't pretend, oh no. Whoa. I can't pretend it, don't feel right, no, don't feel right. So if I turn to leave, oh
Crafted. That's officially the best that I've ever gotten this to look. I'm really excited about this look. I think fumble. The shades that I had played with before had been mostly like the green shades and the blue shades. So for the second look, I'll try to find looks that use more of this part over here rather than the orangey yellow side, so we can try some other colors in the palette. Just a little bit about what's on the rest of my face. My blush today is Tipsy by Tarte. My highlight today is Sin by Urban Decay. I use the Tarte Original Clay Play palette to contour in the shade Desert. I also used a little bit of this shade as a lighter shade to kind of blend my contour. And lips today are Ofra. Where are you? There you are. Ofra's Solano is on my lips today. I felt like going a little shimmery today with my lips. So right now it is currently 3:51 p.m. So we'll be back at the end of the night for a wear test to see how these wore through the day. Mental note of the glitter fallout on my face. I definitely needed to do my foundation and concealer afterward because there was a lot of glitter on my face from the palette, but it may have been due to me just not tapping off my brush enough. Maybe a glitter glue would have helped, but the foundation and concealer afterward has done very well. I see very little glitter on my face now, maybe a couple of specks here and there, but not bad at all. So yeah, so we're gonna take about 8 hours and we'll be back to see how this looks. Ooh, all right, my friends, it is 12:07 in the morning. I was planning on coming back about a half an hour ago, but I was finishing up editing something and now I'm done. But that's not why you're here. You're here to see how this eyeshadow lasted. And my sleepy eyes are gonna show you. Let me check it out first real quick. Let's see this. Goodness. Whoa, that actually looks pretty good. Very interesting. Let's zoom in so you can see better. All right, so let's check it out and see how things look. I think it looks pretty stinking good. I do have some glitter transfer going on up into my crease. Maybe it's just the colors that I use, but I feel like it doesn't look bad at all, even transferred into my crease. I don't have any glitter fallout on my cheeks. That's amazing because this shadow, this gold shadow, is really stinking chunky. Like, it's probably the chunkiest one in the palette, this one right here. What do you think? I think it looks really good. Let me know. Let me zoom you back out for final thoughts for the day. One thing I noticed is the separation of colors still looks really good. Like you can definitely see the difference between like the orangey shades and the yellowy shades. Both eye primers performed equally, the Urban Decay and the CoverGirl. That's why I put on 2 different eye primers, because I want to see whether the palette works better with one primer versus another. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen tomorrow for wear test number 2. But before we get to wear test number 2, I am going to break this up with a little bit of swatchy action. So if you're curious about swatches of this palette, we're going to do finger and brush swatches right now. And when I see you again, it's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be a fresh new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new eyeshadow look happening. I'm sleepy. I'm going to bed. Good night. See you tomorrow. All right, here's the palette. Let's go over the swatches just a little bit and I'll let you know kind of if these swatches are representative of what we see on the eye. As you can see, there is a mix of these metallic shimmer shades and matte shades. I actually really like the shimmer shades much better than I do the mattes in this palette. We're gonna start off with Adele, Malice, Ashley, and Gina. You can see Adele does not finger swatch very well. Malice and Ashley and Gina are much better. Adele is very difficult to work with. It does come out patchy even with a blending brush. The only way to really use Adele is to pack it on. Here's a third swatch just to show you. I mean, it's just very difficult to get it to move where I want it to move. Going in with the brush swatches, again, you can see that it does come out patchy with the brush swatch, and it's just difficult to get rid of that patchiness. Ashley is just a little bit better than Malice and Adele, and Gina is pretty good. That one is probably one of my more favorite shadows in this palette. And that's the first 4 altogether. Of course, this quad is very, very warm. If you're new to my channel, you are new to the wipe test. The idea behind this is we are looking to see if the shadows are staining the skin. This gives a hint to lasting power, and I've noticed that shadows that do stain the skin tend to last longer on the eye. This is not a permanent staining or a long time staining, it's just a temporary staining. It removes very easily with makeup remover. Moving on to the second set of 4, Egypt, Sylvia, Lala, and Lifar. I'm gonna pronounce it that way. I'm not quite sure if I said that right or not. Egypt is gorgeous. It's definitely one of my favorites. It doesn't brush swatch very well. You definitely need to pack this one on. Sylvia is quite close to my skin tone, so it's really hard to see, but this one's actually quite a beautiful shade. It works very well. Lala, I have so much trouble with. This is my least favorite shade in the palette. It is so difficult to blend. I've tried with that shade so many times and it's really difficult. But I think Lifar, I hope, is my favorite shade in the palette. It is incredibly gorgeous. But again, it doesn't swatch that well. You do definitely need to pack this one on. And with the wipe test, even Sylvia is still there, which is incredible for a lighter shade. Egypt went away, but I've noticed the lasting power of Egypt on the eye is very good. And the third set of 4 is Melanie, Alexandra, Nancy, and Catherine Squared, which I thought was a really interesting name for a shadow. Catherine, I did a second swatch of because I really wanted you to be able to see the shift in here. It's absolutely beautiful. Melanie does brush swatch pretty well. It's a typical cream shade. It works very well. Alexandra has a really nice shift to it too. It's like this peachy pink shift, orangey goodness. It's really nice. Nancy is a little bit tricky to work with. It's not my favorite shade. Catherine is gorgeous and fun, but again, needs to be packed onto the lid. There is no brushing this anywhere. This needs to be packed. You can see packing definitely helps build it up, but a fingertip definitely works best with this. And as we do the wipe test, we can still see Melanie, which is insane. The other shades definitely are still there as well. And I love that with Catherine in the finger swatch, you can still see that purple there, because purples tend to really turn gray when you look at the undertone of them. So it's nice that it's still purple. And for the final quad, we have Kelly, Sarah, Carolyn, and Chad. This is the blue corner. Kelly is really, really fun. It's like a baby blue shifts brown. It's really neat. Sarah, I find to be very difficult to work with, and Carolyn is very, very similar to Lala in that it is insanely difficult to blend without patchiness. It's one of those go big or go home shades. Just like the rest of the shimmers in this palette, Kelly needs to be packed on absolutely. Sarah finger swatched pretty well, but it's very difficult to work with, and you can kind of see that with the brush swatch. And again, just Carolyn is just patchy, 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 patchy. Chad, same thing. I don't know what is going on with these mattes in this palette, but they're very difficult to work with. Unless, again, you are going to just pack them on hard. Once you pack them on, you can blend them, but I'm one that likes to start off light and work my way up, and it's just really difficult to do that with this palette. And finally, the last wipe test, again, just the pigmentation and the staining of the skin is wonderful, and that just backs up the lasting power of this palette, and you can really see that with the wipe test, and that is very true to real life. Hello, my friends. Welcome to day 2, which is going to be the challenge look. I hope you enjoyed the swatches. I hope that you found them helpful. Let's go ahead and get into day 2. I chose a video for my inspo, and the video creator's name is Bailey Sarian. She has about 126,000 subscribers on YouTube. Her visuals are amazing. She's sick talented, and I'd never seen her channel before. I just found her through YouTube searching and found her, and she came up with this gorgeous eyeshadow look, which is extremely out of my comfort zone. So I threw on a black tank top, and we're ready to go full dark green glam with this look. I'm gonna try at least because it looks really, really hard. By the way, I did want to let you know all the brushes that I'm using are from a brand called Stilazzi. I've been really digging on these lately. They did send me a bunch of their brushes and I'm pretty impressed so far. I will link their website down below in case you want to check out their brushes, but that's all I used yesterday and that's all I'm gonna use today as well. I always get nervous on challenge day, but I'm just gonna stop, we're gonna do it, we're gonna jump in, and we're gonna test this right now.
Keep on searching for the heart I cannot find. No matter how long I'm going, I feel there's only one I'm like. So maybe I'll keep on pushing myself back into her life. Cause I need her love, I need all her love. We had a river that was rolling, but then the waves came crashing down. Maybe I was too controlling, but I was nearly about to drown. Come on, forgive me, baby, cause I need you now. I need all your love, I need all your love. Come back, I need you like before. If I come, will you let me through the door? Who knows if we'll make it work for sure. But I found, yes I found, you are the cure. Yes, I found, you are the cure. I keep on fighting for this love I'm falling for. No matter how long I'm going, I feel I'll catch you like before. So maybe I'll love her out like the way that she loved mine. Because I need her love, I need all her love. Come back, I need you like before. I found, you are the cure. I know that you see it too, the effect you have on me. I know you still feel it too, all the constant memories. So tell me this isn't true. You and I were meant to be. I'll never do wrong to you, cause now I know just what you need. So come back, I need you like before. If I come, will you just let me through the door? Who knows if we'll make it work for sure. But I found, yes I found, there's no other.
I feel like a leprechaun came and punched me in the eye. Well, maybe liner and lashes will bring it all together, because right now, this is, I think it's just, I'm just not used to this. I'm just not used to this. I think that I did okay, but I'm just not used to this. Let's do the whole face thing, because I want you to think I'm magical. So I'm gonna put my hands over my face and then magically I'm gonna have lashes and liner on. See, it's magic, and I have hair in my face, so it can't be that magic. I don't know about this lip either. I feel like I should have toned down the lip a little bit. I don't know, it was feeling a little funky, because Bailey, she uses this like midnight, like deep red vampiro looking lipstick, and I couldn't bring it that deep. So I ended up using the OCC lip tar in the shade Artifact on my lips. I want to go full on Elphaba over here, and I ended up using from the Kat Von D Alchemist palette, I used the green emerald shade as my highlight, and I also did it to highlight the brow bone just a little bit, because I thought that that would be fun, and today is play day. This is when we just kick back and try something new. So let's go ahead and zoom in on my eyes so you can see how it came out. Biggest critique is that I found some of the matte green shades very difficult to build and blend. All right, so it is currently 2:12, and we are going to come back in about 8 hours to check on this look and see how it lasted. I honestly don't feel like this is gonna be a good test for the glitter glue because I didn't put it all over the lid. This isn't a straight up shimmery look, and it isn't gonna be valid. It was something I was trying, it didn't work out. We might be able to get a little bit of information, but it's definitely not an ideal way to test the glitter glue. Just so you know, on my cheeks very quickly, I have the Essence Silky Touch Blush in the shade Adorable, and then for my contour, I actually use the Take Home the Bronze shade by The Balm, and this I believe is the lightest shade. So we're gonna go ahead and go for now, and we'll be back in just a second, 8 hours from now, and we'll see how this worked for the day, and I'll give you some final thoughts. All right. Oh, I left my phone downstairs. Okay, you're just gonna have to believe me. It's like 10:30 at night. My kids finally fell asleep. Oh my gosh. We are here to do the final look at the Kat Von D palette and how it looks. Yeah, we've got some serious transferring. And what's crazy is the side that I used the NYX glitter glue on, it actually transferred more. So what I'm thinking I might have done is I may have put the glitter glue on and then the glitter glue was still tacky when I opened my eye, making glitter glue transfer up to my brow bone, making the glitter stick to my brow bone more. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, let me close. See what I'm saying? See how the glitter transfer to my brow bone is so much brighter on the NYX glitter glue side than on this side? Isn't that crazy? So I really think that was operator error on my part, but it does seem that as far as fallout on the face, we've got a little bit more on the non-glitter glue side, but this is definitely not deal breaker amount of glitter on my cheeks. But I'm surprised that the MAC paint pot was able to hold on to these glitters so well because like I said, that gold is super chunky. My biggest complaint about the wear of this is the green shades. I feel like they're just not great. I think that if you're really good with eyeshadow, you'll probably be better at it than I am. We'll probably get better wear time out of them, less patchiness, more blendability. But for me and my skill level, it's not working for me. But if you look at like the lower lash line, it still looks really, really good. I mean, overall, it looks great. Again, if you'd like to know more information about this palette, I do have my full review and my full thoughts on all of this, along with ingredient analysis and value and packaging and all of that in a separate video. I'm working on this format, trying to figure out how to make the videos shorter. It's so easier to digest into 2 pieces. If you have suggestions for that, I'm totally open for it. And if you have experiences with the Kat Von D 10th anniversary palette, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness where we help each other not to buy crap and to buy things that are totally worth it. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you go. No matter whether you're new or you've been around for a while, thank you for spending part of your day with me. I appreciate you. Mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.